Well, Ineos, represented by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Dave Brassfold, have gone ahead to sanction Rashford for an emergency meeting. Crisis meeting, you can as well call it, to obviously see to it that he comes out and really tells us exactly what is going in between him and the people at Old Trafford and why his form has gone ahead obviously depreciate. Welcome to the Rokani Media. This is the United Matters channel. I don't know why Rokani Media Football always keeps coming onto my tongue, but this is the United Matters channel, and hope you guys are really having fun. And we're here to let you know that today Newcastle has gone ahead to win their game of football, and they are now a point. I think they're 2 points ahead of Man United. They're having 67 points. Yeah, 67, right? 66 points. Sorry, they're having 56 points, and Man United, if at all win on Monday, will be at 57, bringing us to the levels that most of us really have always gone ahead to call in for. So that is just a by the way, but the most important bit of it is to let you know that this is really huge and the story is really coming in through left, right, and center. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Now, we obviously have to talk to Allah. Thank you, Allah, for the Muslims, and Barakallahu fikum. And let's get into this as we smash the like button close to 300 times. And this is what we've been told by Neil Curtis. He's a United correspondent for The Sun. He has told us that Marcus Rashford is set for a showdown with Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos staff to get to the bottom of his struggling season. Sir Dave Brassfold is likely to head the meeting with the player and his representatives. Obviously, you know, one thing you have to do before you really let these players leave or sell them, after an announcement was made that no player is immune to be sold at the club of Man United apart from Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, and Kobe Mainoo, you have to first talk to these players as a person who has experience and really see to it that you know exactly what is troubling them. For a player who went ahead to score 30 goals last season to not even hitting 10 this season, it's really very frustrating for him, and looks like something is really not going okay. And this meeting has gone ahead to come in through at the right moment, because having gone ahead to name Jean-Claude as the assistant CEO, it obviously goes on down well to let everyone understand that changes are now set to happen, and a lot of things are yet to obviously be put up to bed and buried to say to it that they are really given a very huge go. And I tell you what, however much you like it or not, there is a shocker that is going to happen, especially in as far as selling players is concerned. I know there are players that have gone ahead obviously be put on the short list, but I tell you, there is a shocker that is going to come, because after these meetings that are going to be held with Ineos, other players will be told, we don't want you here, you can as well find somewhere else to go ahead and play. That is it. And anticipate it on the side of every player that is really underperforming at the club of Man United. So I'm really excited for this meeting, and I would love him to obviously summon other players. That is it. You summon the players, you get you summon other players. Those that are doing well, you come on and really ask them, why are they performing well? What are the factors that have gone to perform well? And what do they think is missing in the club of Man United to see that we thrive to the fullest? That is really one of those that would obviously want to really put in to the fullest. So, me as a United fan, I'm really excited about this meeting. And I tell you what, it is really very huge. And after telling us that story that is going to be held in a meeting, is going to be summoned for meeting, we went ahead to obviously get a story again from him, that is Neil Curtis, that confirmed to us that this might be one of the things they're really willing to discuss with Marcus Rashford. And he told us that Man United are willing to listen to offers of over £80 million for Marcus Rashford, but he wants to stay at the club. Sir Jim Ratcliffe also wants to firstly find out why the player has hit the rock bottom. All right. I don't find that really surprising, because he's this kind of person who was always going to hit, obviously, blow hot and cold. If you talk about consistency, Rashford has been inconsistent. He has been inconsistent at the club of Man United. And if you've been following him for some time, you can as well come here and really agree with me. There are only 2 seasons where Rashford was consistent. 2019-2020, he scored 22 goals, and the season of 2020-2021 he scored 21 goals. And there is something common with what we had to do in the season of 2022-2023. That is, his contract was coming to an end. So every time his contract is coming to an end, Rashford raises to obviously fight for another contract. After getting a new contract, he downs tools. That is it. That is it, because his contract was really extended to him earning £200,000 plus a week after that 2019, after that 2020, after that 2020, after that 2019-2020, he signed, I think, more, were they 4 years, right? That is Marcus Rashford for you. So he always does that each and every time he's approaching to the climax of a new contract, and meaning that he's not here to play for the club of Man United. That's what people don't know. A player who is here to play for the club of Man United, whether he's in the middle of his contract, whether he has just gone ahead to start his new contract, he has to be performing. And that's why his mentality is a problem. And for me, I would obviously want him to be sold, because he has been here since 2016 when he made his debut against Midtjylland, And how many years are those? Those are 8 years of Marcus Rashford at Man United, and he's not really giving in what we expect him to be giving out. So that's why I would obviously be the first person to really vote for his departure. But wait and see what's going to come out from the meeting of these people, on whether they're going to tell him that if we get a client, if we get a suitable offer, we are going to sell you. And I think that will act well in the mind of Marcus Rashford, that even if he stays, will understand that he's really not untouchable, as he has always gone ahead to think when the Glazers were in control. Now, Grammy Baylor told us that Marcus Rashford has told Man United that he does not want to leave the club and is fully focused on recapturing his form at Old Trafford. So, for how long are we going to keep him here? Because it looks like it's a money factor. Not him is going to give him £340,000 that United give him on a weekly basis. That team is not there, unless otherwise he had gone ahead to hit the ground running. But I tell you, at the age of 26, if you keep being consistent like that, then it raises dirty spots into your white cloth, So however much he wants to stay, has he gone ahead to obviously show us that he wants to stay? Because these other things might not occur as you want, like scoring goals, creating assists, having a very bad running of games. But what of the running, the intensity? That is a bare minimum for every game. For every player at Man United, because look at Bournemouth today. Their players ran for 90 minutes. And however much Arsenal had to win the game of football, I think the manager of Bournemouth walked back home a happy man. So I don't want us to obviously come in here and really believe that Rashford is not knowing what to do. He knows what to do, but it looks like for him and his mind, he's okay. His all performances last season was to get that contract of £340,000 a week, But ask yourself, after getting that contract, what has Marcus Rashford gone ahead to do? Nothing. He does not run, and there is pressure that will mount on any manager who went ahead to approve a contract of a player. And by the way, according to the performances of Rashford last year or last season, there is no manager that would love to lose a player who scores 30 goals a season. That manager is not there. So I don't blame Erik ten Hag, because any manager would obviously offer him a new contract, but the player is going to have to let himself down. And when you're a manager like Erik ten Hag, you went ahead to sanction that to happen. Obviously, you have to keep him on the field of play because he earns a lot of money, So that's what we are into as a club of Man United. And Marcus Rashford should show why he wants to start the club of Man United, because ever since this season started, he has not gone ahead to show that he needs to put in the shift. And if at all he has no valid reason, like the mothers went ahead to give reasons that I went ahead obviously nullify, because we've seen players lose their loved ones, but they keep on going, you know. So you think losing your loved one can stop you from running, you know? So all those are really nullified for me, and we need a better explanation from him as to why he's really performing badly. And if at all it's not really giving, then he should be really put onto the next bus out of Manchester United. David Austin, Man United preference is to keep Marcus Rashford and work with him to get him back to his best and help him return to the form of the previous years. But which previous years are they talking about? I think Marcus Rashford has only going to have 3 good seasons at the club of Man United. 2019, leave alone the debut season. You get 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Out of the 8 years, 8 seasons he has been at Man United, he has only gone ahead to have only 3 good seasons. So if they are really working on it, we wait and see. But if I'm Man United, I sell Marcus Rashford. And let Garnacho lead that side. And I look in for another player of like 40 million pounds who can really come in through and really compete with a Garnacho. That is it. Because Rashford is really a player that you are going to really bet on and will disappoint you. Every time you anticipate the best from him, he'll come out and really disappoint you. So that is Marcus Rashford for you. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below. Rokan David is my name. Tell me your thoughts about Marcus Rashford summoned by Ineos. What do you make about it? Do you think Ineos have gone ahead to obviously have a better solution to raise him back to where he was last season? Or else, we should really sell Marcus Rashford to the next admirer, that is PSG, and 80 million pounds. Is it the right price? You know, or we've gone ahead to obviously overcharge, you know? Because for me, I don't see a team getting us 80 million pounds. And recently I saw PSG that they're out of the race of Marcus Rashford, something I don't really believe. But if he's on market, I think they'll be the first ones to come in through. But can Rashford really sacrifice himself to go to the league, French League One, a Farmers League, when he's just 26 years of age? Big question. And that is supposed to be the reason as to why he look through himself and really come up with the perfect decision of really not even thinking of downing tools anymore. If at all he happens to return in the remaining games, he should come up and really show the world that I'm your Marcus Rashford, whom you've gone ahead to be slating, and please put respect on my name. And then he launches his career, because to show you how bad Rashford has been, he is part of those players list that is not expected to make it to the Euros in the side of England. That is it. So thank you very much for watching through. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye bye. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below.